Hey, Shalom. First of all, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. When they give a double honor to the apostles of great millstone who has taught me this truth. When they give a peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and risk life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Low in the video is edifying. Hopefully I can get something from this video. I'm going to kind of read Second Maccabees 7 and 4. Oh, I'm going to read Second Maccabees 7 and 14. I'm not going to read the whole chapter for time purposes, but I encourage brothers to read the whole chapter. It goes until when the seven brothers ended up, they ended up, dying. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't eat swine's flesh. And the heathen had actually, tortured, each brother, in front of each other and in front of their mom. And, one thing I want to say about that, too, is that you're a fool to think that these heathen don't deserve captivity. You're a fool to think that we don't deserve payback for what they've done. OK, so, yeah, they're they're not in a putting Jake in a hard bondage state right now. You know what I mean? But when they have to be, they will be. OK. When they have to be, they will be. So, in other words, hey, when this devil decides to show his horns, you're going to see what we've been talking about. You're going to see why we call this man a wicked. You're going to see why we call this man a devil. Okay, you're going to see why we say that, we prove in the scriptures that this man will be extinct, man. Okay, because he has to be. He has to be wiped off the face of the planet of the earth. The Lord hates wickedness, and this man is nothing but fucking wickedness. Okay, and I was reading through the story earlier, and kind of like, it'll piss you off, man. To get you riled up, you know what I mean, and make you really just, meditate terror on these fucking devils, man, for the shit that they was doing. But without further ado, let's get into it. This is 2 Maccabees 7 and 14. It says, now when this man was dead, also they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So they tormented the fourth brother in like manner. It says, so when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men to look for hope from the Most High to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection of life. So yeah, as for the heathen, they shall have no resurrection for life. But for us, we'll be resurrected, man. We'll be raised up again by him, by the Lord. Okay? Contrary to popular belief, because a lot of people don't believe that we're the people of the Lord. But scriptures prove that we are the people of the Lord. Okay? But hold on, let me go back to that, because I want to point out again what he said. He said, as for thee, which was when I was putting them to death, which was the heathen putting them to death, it says, as for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Yeah, so as for these heathen, man, they're not going to have any resurrection to life. And as a matter of fact, they know that, man. They understand that, right? It says, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 4, it says, in our names shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof. And let me go up and tell you who said that. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 1, it says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in death of man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. And then that's what they said. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. So, yeah, indeed, their name is going to be forgotten in time. Okay, because it has to be forgotten in time. Okay? Because you devils then did all kind of manner of wickedness. I mean, it has to be. This is Psalms 52 and 1. It says, to the chief musician Mashiel, a psalm of David, when Doeg the Edomite came and told Saul and said unto him, David is come to the house of Amalek. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of the Most High endureth continually. Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good. See, they love evil more than good. Okay? Why boast? Why boastest thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of the Most High endureth continually. Okay? It says, thou lovest, and 4, it says, thou lovest all devouring words, and thou deceitful tongue. The Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Salah. Okay, it says, lo, this is the man that made not the Most High's strength, but trusted in the abundance of riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness. And he does that to this day. Let me read 52:1 again. It says, to the chief musician, Mashiel, a psalm of David, when Doeg the Edomite came and told Saul and said unto him, David is come to the house of Amalek. Why boastest thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of the Most High endureth continually. Okay, so you heathen, I mean, you're not going to have any place in in the kingdom except for under subjection. You're not going to have a ruler. How can you rule on both sides? Okay, it says the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So when it's time to come, you motherfuckers will be last, man. Okay, and you know that. Let me grab this really quick. Where am I? Where? Right here. It's Obadiah. It's Obadiah 1, and I'll go to 3. It says, I'll start at 1. It says, Obadiah 1:1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom, which is the so-called white man. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. And when in Job it tells you who dwells in the clefts of the rock, which is the Edomites, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? They have said that in their heart, and not just in their heart, but not just in their mind, but they performed it in their actions. Right? They did a thing called the Renaissance, which means rebirth in French. Okay, what rebirth of what were they doing? Right? Iconoclasm, right? Painting images, things of that nature, right? Trying to bring power to their race, building, so to speak. Okay, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, which, if you had any logo for a so-called white man, it would be an eagle. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. So the Lord is going to bring thee down. It says, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Why? Because the Most High said, what? Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. Okay. At 10, it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So you motherfuckers will be cut off forever. Okay, let me go down to this. It says, 18, it says, I'm gonna go down to 18. It says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken. And so Esau will be obliterated and wiped off, okay, the face of the earth. Okay, so yeah, you motherfuckers, you're ruling now, but in due time you will be wiped off. Okay, so with that, man, one of the videos edifying. Lowly Akim got something from this video. And to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Makakadash. I want to tell you, brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.